This is Titan X's first close encounter with humans, its body glowing with a blue hue. It doesn't seem to harbor any malice. In this moment it seems to have forged a certain connection with Cathy, but just then the humans launch their assault. This is the latest neural implant device developed by Apex, designed to exert control over Titan-class behemoths. Titan X roars, clearly struggling under the device's influence. This is where the scarabs play a vital role. Countless scarabs swarm around the wound. Before long, they actually bite right through the mechanical tentacles, and greedy humanity will eventually face the full wrath of Titan X. And congrats on catching episode 5 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Just as your battery hits 50. By the end of the last episode, Titan X's movements had become known to all. Apex personnel have arrived in San Soledad, southern Chile, to begin their deployment. A level 2 alert countdown blares repeatedly over the radio. The behemoth will arrive in 13 hours. Meanwhile, May's neural control code will be the primary weapon against Titan X, yet May remains hesitant. After all, they are attempting to subjugate a Titan-class creature. At the same time, Shaw and his team are also flying to San Soledad. Kentaro is baffled. How can they be so certain that San Soledad is Titan X's destination? Kaiko explains that years ago, they visited the island where locals held festivals for Titan X as a way to summon it. The islanders call it Konkai, but based on prior data projections, Behemoth was expected to emerge roughly every 15 years. Based on that timeline, Titan X wasn't scheduled to reappear until 2023, but now it's a full 6 years ahead of schedule. The cause may be Kate's activation of the Suzuki device on Skull Island, awakening the Titan from the Axis Mundi ahead of schedule. This means Titan X didn't emerge from the Axis Mundi solely because of Katie. It has its own natural cycle. Kate simply accelerated the timeline. Based on the clues obtained from May, it's highly likely that Apex will use neural implants in an attempt to control the Titan. But is their true motive really just to prevent the Titan from attacking humans? At the time Shaw and his team arrived at San Soledad, Apex had already completed its deployment on the island. And naturally Shaw's team was spotted, but Apex wants to ensure they don't interfere. More importantly, they can't allow them to lead Monarch to their location. Meanwhile, Monarch is also racing towards San Soledad, but since Apex failed to synchronize information with them immediately, Monarch's progress is lagging significantly behind. Suddenly, alarms blare across the warship. I think it's right next to us. It's coming right for us. Fortunately, it was just passing through Titan X, glided directly beneath the warship. Monarch clearly isn't going to make it in time. Putin immediately shared the intel with Shaw and the others. At this point, Titan X is only 16 kilometers away from San Soledad. Holland continues reporting to his superiors that everything is going according to plan. Little does he know Shaw and his team have already sprung into action. Their goal is to stop Apex from launching the neural implant devices. If these devices fail, they will only serve to infuriate Titan X, and furthermore, they are convinced that Apex has ulterior motives. They soon discovered the drones carrying the neural links, and Kate spots May through a window. May is clutching a tablet, looking visibly anxious. Jason rushes in to urge her to evacuate as the Titan is set to arrive in just 10 minutes. Just as May was about to leave, Shaw called out to her from the shadows. He wanted to confront her about what Apex was really up to. May walked inside, where Kate immediately questioned her. As for why she helped Apex, May remained defiant. She believed their work could prevent another G-Day incident in San Francisco. She even claimed with conviction that they had made a massive breakthrough. You hear how naive you sound. I sound naive? Chris Tate, we're trying to do something good. The two groups parted on bad terms, and Kate immediately pinpointed the core conflict. Why was Apex hiding everything from Monarch? Shaw looked out the window and revealed the true horror at the heart of it. Because those holding the leash cannot only prevent Titan incidents, but can also trigger them, precisely turning the monsters into weapons. This explains why Apex kept their operations a secret, and why they rushed the proof of concept before Monarch could intervene. Back in the Apex control room, the ground suddenly began to shake violently. The scarabs deep within the dark caverns felt the call and swarmed out. Taking advantage of the distraction, Shaw and the others moved into action, but they were spotted by surveillance to prevent them from sabotaging the drones. Holland immediately ordered an early launch. Shaw was knocked down by the backwash, and at that moment the scarab swarm descended, As the others scrambled back inside for safety, Shaw was left incapacitated on the ground. Shaw managed to hide behind the altar, staying still as the scarabs crawled over him. By the time the swarm headed for the seashore was battered and bruised, the team rushed out and dragged the injured Shaw back inside. Meanwhile, Kate heard the roar of Titan X as if she were responding to a summons. As she walks straight toward the shore, much of Titan X's massive form surfaces, gazing silently at Kate with an overwhelming presence. Back in the house, the others realize Kate is missing. Hiroshi rushes out and finds Kate dangerously close to Titan X, and fearing for his daughter's safety, he charges forward to save her. But Titan X seems to reject any other presence, as if a neural link exists. Human and beast begin to approach each other instinctively. Apex Cybernetics, however, sees this as the perfect opportunity. They command a drone to launch a specialized projectile. Titan X emits a sonic pulse, causing Kate to collapse in agony. Clutching her head, Hiroshi rushes to her side while the others remain unaffected by the pulse. The footage reveals that Titan X possesses dual pupils. The control room now attempts to engage the device to seize control. Titan X struggles in agony amidst the electrical discharge as the energy becomes erratic. Control room's data stream indicates intense neural discharges in its prefrontal cortex and amygdala. It is on the brink of extreme fear or absolute aggression. The control room prepares for a full consciousness takeover. As they disrupt the Titan's motor functions, its entire muscular system begins to convulse. But May soon discovers the system is overloading due to the Titan's immense neural density. The feedback loop triggers a massive data spike, and their hardware begins to fail under the strain. Simultaneously, the scarabs are deployed, swarming the wound in massive numbers. They go as far as biting through Titan X's tentacles to forcibly sever the neural interference. However, the falling tentacles still endanger Kate and the others. Meanwhile, the control room suffers total data loss. With the mission a failure, Holland issues an emergency order to evacuate immediately. By now, Titan X is enraged, his body beginning to glow a deep red. Having vented his fury, he turns and heads back into the ocean to depart. Meanwhile, Kate is horrified to discover that her father Hiroshi has been impaled and is on the brink of death. In his final moments, Hiroshi lies cradled in his mother Kaiko's arms. He confesses that he missed most of Kate's life and far too many of her milestones. By the time Kentaro calls for the medics, Hiroshi has already drawn his last breath. Hiroshi's death is a deeply tragic development for the plot, but for monster fans it signifies that the emotional subplots will likely take a backseat from here on. With the season now exactly at the halfway mark, let's look forward to the epic monster battles that await in the episodes to come.